Let's do it.
Do what?
Move to Mars.
The way I see it, there are two main reasons to watch a movie. Great films offer some amount of intellectual provocation, but sometimes you're not interested in that, and you watch for the pure and simple prospect of having a good time. Total Recall, not that one. Total Recall is the best of both worlds. Yes, it is a goddamn ball to watch. All the whimsical sprinkles of sci-fi are like the icing on the cake. Arnold pulls a blinky ping pong ball out of his brain. A woman pulls off her head, throws it at some nearby gentleman, at which point it explodes. A guy opens up his shirt to reveal another guy. This happens. It is wall-to-wall entertainment. All killer, no filler, but beneath this veneer of gourmet cheese, there is a legitimate exercise of epistemology. That is, of course, the domain of philosophy that deals in questions of reality. How do we discern reality from illusion? What information do we trust and why? How do we know when to make blind leaps of cognitive faith and when to put on our tinfoil thinking caps? Total Recall prompts the viewer to wrestle between two conflicting narratives of reality. In this way, it's somewhat of a thematic cousin to The Matrix, although it predates it by 9 years. Both films even have a scene with the symbolic red pill that upon consumption allegedly wakes you up to reality, banishing your illusionary surroundings. Of course, unlike The Matrix, Total Recall wields ambiguity to its end, never outright confirming one answer or the other, instead fostering grounds for bountiful debate and discussion that thickens with each repeated viewing. Each time you may notice a new tidbit that makes you rethink your prior conclusion. The film follows Douglas Quaid, who longs to escape the mundanity of his earthbound life. He watches the Martian war zone via the news and feels a calling. It's as if he's compelled to stake his role in the ongoing revolution. Naturally, his bitch wife talks him out of it, and no, I'm not just being crass, she is a total bitch.
We're married.
Consider that a divorce.
But since she won't let him go to Mars, Quaid instead learns of a memory implant service from a company called Recall. That's a nice jingle, unless you're this actor who was clearly given nothing for reference.
Recall! 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 Recall!
What the fuck was that? I mean, seriously, try playing them together.
Recall! Recall! Recall!
What the fuck? Anyway, Quaid goes in to buy a custom-tailored Mars Adventure memory package, at which point he fills out all the details he wants, his sexual preferences,
Hetero.
the role he wants to play,
Secret agent.
the type of woman he wants to meet.
And of course, Venusville.
For the majority of my life, I thought it said Penisville. Of course, as they're implanting the memory, all hell breaks loose. As it turns out, according to the Recall staff, Quaid really has been to Mars. In fact, he had a whole life that was erased from his memory.
You are not you. You're me. No shit.
He really was a secret agent, and he even has a girlfriend back on Mars who's pretty much exactly like the one he requested. Supposedly, the entire life he thought he had on Earth was a sham. Everything from his marriage, his job, his past, all of it was smoke and mirrors, or rather memory implants and actors assigned to keep him occupied after having been captured by the authorities that run the Martian colony.
Remember our wedding?
Was implanted by the agency.
Falling in love?
Implanted.
Our friends, my job, 8 years together. Suppose all of this was implanted too?
But
Wait a minute.
all of this is just too similar to the adventure that Quaid requested back at Recall. So we're forced to wrestle between two alleged possibilities. Is all of this just the Recall implant? I mean, the adventure, the girl, even Penisville. It's exactly the memory he signed up for. Clearly, none of this is real. It's so obvious. This is all just part of the trip that he paid for. Or perhaps it's no coincidence that he requested all the details of his concealed past life. Perhaps his subconscious longs for these things precisely because buried in the recesses of his mind are the memories of his true self, calling out to him, compelling him to seek the destiny that was reaped from him. The plot only thickens when Quaid is warned that by rejecting the reality pill, he will be forever trapped in the alleged fantasy. Of course, he does it anyway, and in distinctly dreamlike fashion, the walls burst open at the ambush of the enemies he once longed to fight. Or perhaps all of it is real, and had he taken the pill, it might have poisoned him, but we'll never know. Even in the apparent victory of his adventure, we are left in a state of dubious resolution. Has he really won the revolution, or is it just the surreal lobotomy of which he was warned? Total Recall is not the most refined film out there, but god damn it, it might be the one I enjoy the most. It seems like there's not a moment in this film that is not thoroughly entertaining, be it epistemically provoking or just plain old dumb fun. And really, especially in times like these, both seem pretty essential, if you ask me. If you've seen the movie, let me know in the comments which one you think is true. Is this adventure fantasy or reality? And also, what was the moment that convinced you? I've been watching this movie for damn near 20 years, and I still go back and forth. If you enjoyed this content, please check out my other videos. For a small content creator like me, your like and or sub goes a long way. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.